feedback here. That should stop. There we go. Okay, that should be, hopefully stop making that noise. I hear like some feedback. Okay.
Yeah, I'm hearing it too.
You've got the earphones in, so that should be good. I have this little mic on, which actually I thought I had the mic on. I don't. I took it off to get up for a second. Put this back on. Maybe that's what was causing it. Okay. That should be a little bit better. So where do you live, Michelle? Are you in Florida?
I'm in Venice. Yep, Venice, Florida, outside of Sarasota.
Oh, wonderful. Fantastic.
Yeah.
So how's the weather there today? Did you have nice and cool?
No, it's not cool here.
No,
No, it's cool in the mornings, about like in the 50s, 60s, but it's
wow.
hot. I mean, it was probably 80, about 85 today.
I think tomorrow I'm in Boynton Beach, so I think tomorrow's supposed to be in the 70s. So that seems cold in Florida.
Yeah, I mean, it feels cold, but I guess once you're out in the sun, I don't know. I was outside today and I was hot when I was sitting outside.
Right, when you're sitting directly in the sun,
Yeah.
forget it. Right, yeah, that'll definitely.
In the car. Yeah.
Oh, forget it. If you don't have the AC on, forget it. You'll roast, right?
Yeah.
Where is Venice now? That's on where exactly is that? West Coast?
We're on the West Coast, right south of Sarasota, so kind of in between Sarasota, Fort Myers.
Oh,
Like
okay.
dead center in between.
So you're near Naples.
Yeah, about an hour and a half
Oh, okay. Okay, great.
north of Naples,
Are you north of Tampa as well?
south of Tampa, so right in the middle.
Got it.
Yep.
Okay, wonderful. So it's 7:01 and nobody's here yet except for me and Michelle. If anybody's watching us, I'm going to make sure we're broadcasting live. I know sometimes takes a couple of minutes to get in the app, so we'll just wait a couple of minutes for everybody else to get on. I just want to see if look like we're live on the actual page, and then I'll edit this afterwards. Let's just make sure this is working. But in the meantime, since you're here first, Michelle, why don't you just tell us, so you're going to do your official introduction, but while we're chatting, why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay. Well, thank you. I absolutely love this idea of virtual networking. I had just been having this conversation recently with people that the traffic's just been so crazy that I end up not going. But anyway, so I'm originally from Syracuse, New York. I'm only been in Florida for about 2.5 years. My husband and I just decided we were done with the cold. We were done with all of that, and we just moved. Honestly, we had no jobs, no career path down here. Yep, no house, nothing. We just decided that we picked a date and we rented out our house up in New York and we moved down here. So I started just looking for a career change from New York. I was in the manufacturing environment. There's not a lot of manufacturing in Florida. So needed a career change, which was fine and something I was looking for. We were looking for an entire lifestyle change anyways. So started working with my business, which is send out cards and in marketing. And so that's been 2.5 years now and just loving every minute of it. Yeah.
Well, that's fantastic. So you left, originally from New York as well, but from Long Island. So I've been in Florida for 10 years. It'll be 10 years this July, actually. And
wow.
yeah, it's so I would go every couple of months because two of my kids are still in New Jersey, and it's like I can't imagine ever living back north again. Once you get used to Florida, right? It's like
I know. Exactly. We're going up north next week and it's still cold there. I'm like, it's supposed to have gotten warmer by now.
Right. When next week will be almost April, but yeah, they had that big ice storm a couple weeks ago, and I mean it's brutal when you're so used to always being in your like flip flops and shorts, and then you go back up there and
no coat.
Right. It's going in the mall. It's like like you there, like when you're up north, it's like you have to lug the big coat in. Then as soon as you get in there, the heat's up high and your hair's all staticky and your hands are all dry and cracking and you get all of this. When you live in Florida, you're like, oh my God, I remember waking up in the morning with the stuffy nose from the heat. I used to hate that. For anybody watching north, we're like, come to Florida because you just get used to like always having, really nice weather and it's so nice. So send out cards. I am familiar with send out cards. That's a great product for helping people, easily send out. It's not only cards, right? You've got all sorts of products.
Gifts. Yeah, it's gifts and gift cards and mostly cards. It's really meant to be used as a relationship building tool. It's not, it's not competitive with direct sales. But yeah, you can do Starbucks, American Express, Walmart, brownies, cookies, new babies, little stuffed animal. I mean, there's pretty much gifts in cards for every occasion. So that's
Wow.
designed for if you see a client of yours that had a new baby, or they bought a new house, or they got married, or their mom or dad passed away, or their dog passed away, or something of that. It's really, there's always an occasion that you can send cards, and if you choose to add a gift, you can. So without leaving your house, which is so nice. You know, it's just from an app on your phone now, which makes it even
Really?
easier.
It's been a couple of years since I've actually got to send out card gift, a beautiful basket a couple of years ago from someone,
Mhm.
but I haven't actually seen it in a couple of years, and so it's probably evolved. Like you said, now you have a new app.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's on an app. You can do it from your phone now. And they've really redesigned all the graphic designs with it. So the cards are nicer. They've upgraded the card stock that they print on. They're on a nice upgraded recycled cards. You can actually brand them now too. So 2 years ago, that was not an option. That's only been out about a year. So you can actually brand them. So they no longer say send out cards anywhere on them if you choose.
You could do like
Yeah.
your own like white label from your own company.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, wow. See, that's
Yeah.
interesting. I didn't know that. And is it still it's like you pay like a monthly fee the business and you get a certain amount and then it's credits or something.
Yep.
I forgot how it
Yes,
works.
yes. Yeah, it's still set up that same way as far as the monthly subscription you can do. You can go pay as you go if you want. Some people just want to send like one card a year or one card a month. You can do pay as you go, or you can really use it as a marketing tool and pay, anywhere from $10 a month to $40 a month, depending on your budget and your needs. And then, just the cost of postage is the only additional fee.
Really a great idea to be able to
Yeah.
your clients, especially, when your clients keep, that they're thinking of them and keeping that relationship. And I'm sure it definitely helps with referrals as well when you're giving a nice gift, whether, especially if it's something like thoughtful, like you said, if something has happened and, you're just thinking about that person and it doesn't have to just necessarily be Christmas or their birthday. So
Right. Yeah.
that's really
Yeah,
smart.
that's the best cards to send are the unexpected card, like the most random that nobody's going to send a card for veterans on Veterans Day. That's a nice added touch. Or, not a lot of business owners think of those random holidays to reach out to their customers. But when they do, it makes a huge impact because you're also not getting lost in the shuffle of the Christmas cards when they're getting 100 cards or 50 cards. You're getting how many veterans send a Veterans Day, how many get a Veterans Day card, maybe one or two. So they're going to remember that.
Exactly, exactly. It's something you never forget when you get something, an unexpected gift from, from a
Mhm.
company or something, it definitely sticks with you. That's really a great idea. So how do you market your business in particular? Are you doing a lot of networking or have you been reaching out online? What is your primary
A
source?
little bit of both. The first 2 years definitely did a lot of in-person networking. Really went out and just got my name out there because we didn't know anybody. We were new to Florida. It's not like I came down here and had a network. So we came down, moved, got a new career, and so we I just started doing a lot of networking. I just needed to meet people in general too. So it was a great way to just meet some new people, make some new friends, really just put together more than a business network, but a social network as well. And so now I'm moving more into the online social marketing, social media marketing, online and offline. There's still a need. I went down to a networking event today and so I did do some in person, but I do see huge value in the online marketing world as
Oh,
well.
yes, definitely reaching, especially in our group, with Women Helping Women Entrepreneurs. I mean, I'm sure a lot of women do not realize how valuable this can be. I mean, even if you're spending, when you think about the client and how much that client brings you for the year, and if you're going to spend, even if you're spending, $50 or $20 on that client to give an extra something that's going to keep you top of mind from them and they're going to recommend you, it's well worth spending that money, depending on in relation to what each customer's worth through, whether it's just a plain card or
Right.
whether you're going to go do a gift.
Yeah, and you can also do multi-card campaigns, which is nice. So it really puts your marketing on automation. So you can get a new client and send them a welcome or a thank you for your business, and then a random holiday card, and then maybe a birthday card, and then another Christmas card or Happy New Year. And you can put that person on that campaign, and those cards are going to go out regardless of whether or not you remember to actually go in and tell them to go out. They're set up to automatically go out on certain days, certain times. So they go out and they get to that person. So it really puts your marketing on automation and allows you to stay in touch without having to remember to reach out, because life gets busy. We just don't remember to do it. The best laid plans, but life happens.
Absolutely. And that's the key, it's having everything on automation. And so, what I like about this idea is that, we have everything, we're online, which everybody's, on their phone, email, texting, and some of the old fashioned stuff gets overlooked, which would be mail. It is surprising when you get something in the mail because we're so used to everything being online and, ads and everything. It's the same thing that happens with PR. Like when you're doing PR, people have moved over to emailing, media publications, and everything's going out by email blasts. And so the person who sends the fax sometimes gets more attention because that fax is the really old fashioned way.
Right, yeah.
But that's how they used to do it. And so you stand out from doing something unexpected. So this is the same premises that you're sending out an actual physical, something physical instead of everything being online, which we're so used to now, and our attention spans are, I think we have like terrible, like worse than a fly,
It really is. It's so bad. If my phone's not reminding me or telling me where to be or what to do, I swear to God, I can't remember. And so, it really has been a great way just to reach out and stay in touch and meet so many new people. And I just hearing some of the success stories from some of my customers are, building those relationships, and they've seen such a difference from that direct mail or, like you said, that email, and then they maybe send a random card or a holiday card or a birthday card, and just the amount of business that they end up getting just because people recognize them. Same for all these people. For me, what was the biggest turnaround with it is networking. When you go out and you're networking, you pass business cards, but people don't always remember. But if you're the one that sends a nice to meet you card, the next time they see you at that networking event, they're going to remember your name and your face, because out of 20 business cards that they came home with a stack of business cards, nobody reached out to them aside from maybe a text or something like that. So the nice to meet you cards have been, the nice to meet you card really has, it just adds that level of relationship. So the next time you go, they remember you, they know who you are. So they immediately come over and talk to you, or maybe even if just to remember, hey, I got your card. Thanks so much.
That is really smart, because and if you read the ebook that came with this the little ebook, one of the tips I always tell people is to always, when you meet somebody in person, make sure you find them on Facebook and friend them and get them online as well. So it's both ways, just like you said. Now giving them, taking a step further, because you can meet so many people, and traditional networking meetings, a lot of them are just passing those business cards around, which I personally really hate. I've always hated that format. Like, everybody just sits there mechanically throwing the business cards, and then you go home and your phone rings off the hook with emails and text messages from people who really aren't interested in you. They're just interested in telling you what they do. And and that's the typical networking meeting. Now, the ones we do, I've done networking meetings now since events, big events, small events, from 2009. So it's been a number of years, especially here in South Florida. And we've always liked to do it differently. If anybody's watching has been to the South Florida Business Owner Networking Group meetings, we usually do those in Boca. We always start off, it's the same thing we're doing tonight, which I don't know where people are because they signed up, but they're not here. They're still not here.
That's crazy. How many people did you have signed up?
For this one, we had about, I think, 7 or 8 people for the night. We had a larger, we were supposed to, same thing happened on Tuesday. The Tuesday one, we had a lot of people sign up for, and we had half the amount actually show up to the actual event. But what I said was, it's actually, since this is live and it's also, the video goes out after all over social media. So whoever, the less people, the more time you get. So it's actually an advantage. So we would like to see another couple of people. I'm just going to check to see if there's any comments here on the live right here. There's 2 comments. Let me see if anybody's having trouble.
Is it going
live? Right in. It is live. Okay, we have Rochelle. Hi, Rochelle. She's saying hello. Rochelle wants to know what the name of the company is, and it's Send Out Cards, right?
Send Out Cards, yep.
Okay, great. And we want to tell let me just shut this because I could hear myself talking at the same time here. How would somebody contact you, Michelle?
Through my website or my Facebook page is, is pretty well public. My business brand Facebook is heartfelt appreciation. That's what I really strive for in the sense of send out cards, is sending out that heartfelt appreciation of really appreciating your customers in a heartfelt way. So that's my email is Michelle at Heartfelt Appreciation. My Facebook page is Heartfelt Appreciation. My website is Heartfelt Appreciation. So all three of those avenues are a great way to get in touch with me.
Great. And after this is over, I want you to go on to, you'll see it in the group and it's also on the page. I'm going to be putting the video everywhere. I want you to put a comment. I'll tag you as well. Okay. And so you can add in your URL and, add it. So if anybody's on it, they can just contact you. What I like from what I'm hearing about send out cards, which like I said, I've known about send out cards for a long time, but I wasn't aware that you can do it one off, or you can start off, you can customize your budget as far as how much you want to spend per month. So that's a lot of interesting stuff that this could be a great tool for anyone out there. A lot of times a lot of more people think, oh, I can't afford that, or that's too much, or that's not going to work for me, or I have to sign up forever, or this seems like it's pretty flexible that if somebody needs to use the service, they can.
Flexible. Yeah, and there's no commitment. Even if you go on a subscription, like quote unquote, like Netflix, where you're getting billed every month, you can turn it off and you can put it on hold for 6 months. You can put it on hold, and everything that you've accumulated in your account rolls over for 18 months. So there's really absolutely no reason not to. The subscriptions just get you a lower price. But if you really, like my brother who wants to send one card every 6 months, has the app on his phone and uses it and puts his credit card in for every card he sends. But from a business standpoint, I mean, if you're going to send at least 6 cards a month, and if you really are truly using it in a relationship building way, that, $10 a month is such a small marketing budget, and it really nets huge results. I mean, it's just crazy the results that it nets from building, like I said, staying top of mind. It's all about building those relationships and staying top of mind is what it boils down to.
Absolutely. And I'll be checking you out too. So I want to look into it because I like this, like I said, it's something I used years ago, but just haven't even really thought about it. I mean, because we get so caught up in the online world, with social media and all the great new tools and tips and Facebook ads and all different cool stuff. And sometimes we forget the actual going back to basics, which would be something with what you're doing. So what we'll do is I'm going to see if anybody else is going to pop in. I don't know where all you other ladies are. We're missing you.
I know. This is so fun you're just home by in your, comfort of your own home. This is such a fantastic idea. I absolutely, when I saw it, I was like, that is genius, because that to me has been the biggest struggle, is just going to networking events and driving and the amount of time, because especially here in Florida right now with snowbird season, getting anywhere is not easy, and it's frustrating to me. The being on the road is just so frustrating that by the time I get somewhere, I'm like, not in the mood to be.
Now, if you guys are
absolutely love this idea.
Yeah, if you're watching from another state, you know what snowbird season is. Snowbird is everybody from up north who comes down here, and they clog the roads up. And where I am, they drive on the one-way streets the wrong way, and they do. It's a lot of seniors who are coming from up north. So, oh my gosh, it is bad. It's in this Delray.
It's hard.
Here, Boca. Oh my gosh, like right now, it's like you're like turtles in front of you. It's
homebound. We are strictly homebound. We don't even go out to dinner right now. We just cook at home or have friends over. It's just easier. So the idea of the virtual networking, I absolutely loved it. So I'm bummed that somebody else could get on, but if we do it again, I think it's super valuable.
I will. If you're out there and you signed up, please join us. Everything you need is in the email I sent. So I'm not sure. I know there was a couple of people too who signed up and said they were going to be on tonight, and I don't know what happened. So I'm trying to just double check my emails here, see if anybody tried to reach out to me. If they're stuck or anything, but we're going to keep going forward here. I don't see anything. Okay, so I'm going to switch to the screen, because part of what we were doing too, in addition to talking about each other, I was going to give you some tips and tricks, social media, mindset mastery, and some new cool apps that I found. So I know, in addition, we're not even alone here, me and Michelle, because we're actually here if you're watching us live. So if you have any questions, I'm going to be looking and double checking the comments. Like I know Rochelle is watching us, Rochelle and Michelle. We can't see you, but we can see your comments and stuff too. So that we do have people out there watching. So I'm going to just switch over to the screen sharing now. And let me just hit screen share on this. But yeah, technology has made it possible. Just a side note of what you were saying, Michelle, is years ago we couldn't do something like this. Obviously, we didn't have the technology to especially be live on Facebook like this, like a dream come true, the combination of everything. Having this technology, you could have about up to 25 people total, depending. You could actually even have, it would probably be a little hard to manage any more than that on this. But this platform, which I'm using now, it's called Blue Jeans, and it allows you to share the screen, go live, and do all this really cool stuff. So right now I'm going to share the screen, and I'm going to go over to here, and I'm going to pull this presentation up, and you should be able to see it in 1 second. You'll still see us. Let's see. Okay. So, even though we're halfway done, welcome. We're starting from the beginning. Women Helping Women Entrepreneur Circle of Influence Virtual Networking is here. I'm here with Michelle, and we were waiting for a bunch of other people who did sign up and register, and I don't know what happened. If you're out there, please join us. We're here. We're waiting. We're going to go through, and you can join us at any time. So we actually kind of went through this already. I'm just going to tell you who I am. I'm a social media and online marketing specialist who helps entrepreneurs get more clients and make more sales using the latest social media, branding, online marketing, and PR strategies and techniques. And here we just spoke to Michelle. And Michelle, just to recap, anybody who's joining us right now, Michelle works for Send Out Cards. So just give us a quick overview again of what you said in the beginning of the session. So if anybody's joining us in the middle, they can understand what you did.
Okay. Yep, absolutely. So, Send Out Cards is a relationship marketing tool really designed to help business owners bring back in the relationship building aspect through the use of greeting cards and gifts. But it brings in the online and offline world in the sense that you can do all of this from your phone or your computer without having to leave your desk or maybe on the fly or in your car, but it sends real cards. So thank you cards, nice to meet you cards, thanks for the referral, happy birthday, any type of relationship, celebrating people in a celebration and friendship sort of way. We're celebrating a new baby, a new home, a marriage, even sometimes not necessarily a celebration, but letting people know that you're thinking of them. So it's just a really great way. It's an app on your phone now. It's super convenient. It's extremely affordable and fully automated way to stay in touch with your clients in the offline market through the use of greeting cards and gifts.
Wonderful, wonderful, fantastic. So thank you, Michelle. And Michelle explained to us in detail about really how great Send Out Cards is for building relationships, and something I think every entrepreneur should definitely consider looking into, because there's no commitment. You can do it monthly. You can do it, one-on-one with one, gift at a time or card. So we'll definitely get more information from Michelle on that. Okay. So now we're going to just switch gears over here for a sec, and I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about mindset mastery. The reason we're putting this in, it's so crucial, obviously, as a female entrepreneur, to have your mindset and your mind correct every day when you wake up in the morning. I mean, if you wake up and you're in a bad mood, and you say something happened with a client, or you didn't get a sale, or just things aren't going well, business has been slow, and you're starting to feel really bad about yourself, that affects everything you do the rest of the day, the rest of the week, spirals out of control. So we want to have the tools that we, ready to go when we face these things, because business is up and down. I mean, there's nothing harder than having your own business. You don't have a guaranteed paycheck. There's no, a lot of people complain about working, but we don't have a boss, which is great, but the pressure's on us as business owners. We create our own income and reality, and the most important thing to do each day is to make sure that we are really feeling good and ready to go and ready to slay the day and get out there and do what we have to do without feeling depressed or feeling, like we can't do it. So here are some tips on mindset mastery. Let me see if I can switch the slide. There we go. This is basically how it works. And you wake up, if you have or during the day, at any point during the day, if a negative thought comes into your head and something happens, maybe a client aggravates you, we all have that once in a while. Something happens and you're like, damn, you're just feeling, you're feeling negative. Well, that obviously goes into that feeling of negativity, and you feel that in your body, and you feel tense. You may get a headache, you feel aggravated, and then it'll affect what actions you take next. Some people, be annoyed. They'll stop for the day. They'll go have a glass of wine. They'll not make that phone call they were supposed to make. They're just aggravated. So it's affecting their mood. And that, again, will affect directly the results. On the other hand, when something good happens, say we make the sale, we get the new client, something great happens, we're feeling pumped, we're feeling great, we're feeling really good. And those feelings then inspire us to take more action. We're like, oh, wow, okay, I did that. I can accomplish anything. Let me go make that phone call. Let me send that email. Let me put this out on social media. And then we see even more results. So you can see it's not just a woo-woo law of attraction kind of stuff. It actually is a cycle that happens because, what we're feeling in our bodies will directly affect the actions we take, which will affect the results. And it all starts from those thoughts that we're having in the beginning. So here are 3 steps to take back control of your mind. Okay, number 1 is the first thing to do is to notice. Noticing is the most important thing. Catch yourself as soon as that negative thought just creeps in your head. As soon as you get that thought like, oh gosh, I don't want to make that phone call. I'm, bored today or whatever it is. Just notice it. That's all you have to do. And then you want to stop and you want to just take a deep breath and count to 5. Just reset your mind for a second, just take that space to say, okay. And then you want to change your focus. So now you want to shift your focus from whatever the negative thought was, the image or feeling, to a memory of something you love or something that makes you feel good. Often the advice here is to go and imagine yourself as a multimillionaire sitting on the beach drinking a mojito, And a lot of times when you're looking at your bills and the client just dropped you or whatever, and that's, it's very hard to leap from there to there, to see that success and all that money raining in. So instead of trying to push yourself to that, just take a tiny something that makes you feel good. Think about the beach. If you love going to the beach, think about your favorite ice cream sundae. Think about a loved one that you love or your pet or something just to bring in that feel good feeling. Just bring that thought back to the feeling, and then it'll make you take more action. So if you could do this several times a day, just catch those negative thoughts and switch them, stop, and then switch to anything that feels good. It doesn't have to be, sure, if you feel you're going to instantly feel great with no resistance by imagining yourself on a yacht drinking champagne, then imagine it. But what will happen to most, I know a lot of entrepreneurs is you'll think of that and then you'll think, oh, wow, wouldn't that be wonderful? And the next thought will be, gosh, that's not going to happen to me, and then that negativity fights each other. So sometimes it's just better to reach for any good thought, any little thing like, oh, I'm excited about going out to dinner tonight, or I'm excited to meet my friend, or I'm excited, I'm going to go shopping, just things, everyday life things that make you happy. Remember those when you change your focus and look at those and ignore the negative stuff. So ignore the fact that whatever's going on in your business isn't going right and shift it over to what is going right. And you're going to start seeing, if you do this every day, a couple times a day, you're going to start really seeing a big improvement, not only in your mood, but in your business as well. It's amazing what'll happen. Things will start coming in. Once your day, you do this a couple times a day and now your energy levels are shifting and you're taking the action you need to take naturally instead of you putting out the negative energy. So that was the mindset mastery tip of this, of the week. We did this on Tuesday. And now I want to share with you the social media marketing tip of the week. Now, Michelle, are you using Messenger yet? Share your day.
I have not done Share Your Day with Messenger, no.
Great. This is really very new. So a lot of you may be thinking,
that.
what the heck is this? Yeah, this is Facebook has been making a tremendous amount of new changes lately, which are pretty exciting. I mean, I've been on, really pumped up about Facebook Live, which has been around for a little while, but there's just amazing things that have come through with it. And now what they're doing Share Your Day. Some people don't like it because they think it's a ripoff of Snapchat, which actually it is, but it is a ripoff of Snapchat. But the problem with Snapchat, I don't know, are you on Snapchat, Michelle?
Only because it's the only way I can communicate with my goddaughter most of the time.
Oh, you want to laugh? That's so funny. She's 14?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's so
going on
funny.
15, but that's like the only way they communicate. So it's a great way for us to stay in touch with that generation. But other than that, I don't use it, no.
You just really it's a younger tool for the young kids. I do Snapchat primarily with my grandson who's 7, who uses my daughter's phone, and he loves to send me crazy. Now the 2-year-old does it too, the crazy filters, and I send crazy filters back. That's our mode of communication.
Exactly.
I do post every day. I use the feature, that stories feature where you can put on Snapchat. So, but it is very hard to find people on Snapchat. There is, by the way, if you do like Snapchat, there's an app called Ghost Codes where you could find other entrepreneurs and business people more in your age group who are on Snapchat as well. That's the only tool I know of right now that actually will allow you to do that, and that's called Ghost Codes. But back to Messenger. Messenger came in, and this is what I love is there's a lot of great features and ideas out there with like Snapchat has with the filters and the communicating and the 24-hour disappearing messages. And now Facebook has brought that into us in Messenger. So I'm just going to go over a couple of things of how to use this. So you have to use the Messenger. To use this, you need it to be on your phone. You can't use this on your computer. So you want to make sure that you've updated your Messenger app and you have the latest version. So it's really simple. You just open Messenger, and at the top, you're going to see like all your little friends, like on Instagram, on the top, you'll see everybody who's active on this. And you can look at any of those. But basically, you're going to tap on the camera, and you're going to either do a little video or a photo of yourself, or, which I like, you can upload directly from your camera roll. So it doesn't have to be live every day. So I've been using that feature. Yes. Because that's a great feature. So I like to share, a motivational, inspirational quote every day. So now I'm just putting the actual graphic, boom, and I'm sending it, adding it to my day. I could also overlay text. I could put flowers and crowns and all sorts of crazy things on there. And I haven't really played with that yet. I started this week using it. But what I noticed, and the same thing with Instagram, what happens is you can have, I'm sure you have a lot of friends on Facebook, Michelle. Do you have a couple hundreds or thousands of friends?
Just over almost 1,500, I think.
Great. Okay. So that's a lot of friends. Okay. So when you have a lot of friends on Facebook, and a lot of people in Messenger, obviously it's the same thing like in your feed. Not everyone's going to see your organic reach in Facebook. But what happens is when you have this on Messenger, it's pushing the friends who are using people you're connected with on Messenger, your friends, onto the top. So it's not that many people are using it right now. So you start using it, when other people open up Messenger, they're going to see your name and whatever your little image of what you've posted on top. So that gives you more exposure. So then we think, how can we use this for business? A lot of people right now are just, obviously they take the same thing, taking pictures of their food or the cat or the dog or the inspirational quote, which is what I've done. And you don't want to be spammy at all about this, but you can start being creative, and you could start typing over an image and saying, depending on what you do, if there's a special, 50% off today on all, watches or whatever you sell, or just like scribbled in, or go here to win. It's better to do, instead of trying to sell something, it's better to do maybe a contest, or do a quick video saying I'm doing a giveaway or a free gift offer, get this free gift, because people don't really like to be sold directly to, but it's a really cool tool to use and at least start getting familiar with, and it'll get you top of mind of people on Messenger that they'll see you, and it gives you that advantage of getting into the spotlight there, which you normally wouldn't have. So I think it's pretty cool. I like it. I know I've read some things, people saying they don't like it and they're unfriending people because of it. I'm like, well, that's stupid. You don't have to look at it. You don't have to press their button. Why would you unfriend people? It's not like it's coming in at you in Messenger. It's on top, you know. It's a little circle. So silly, but you know, it's people get very funny with social media. But overall, I think it's going to be a positive tool, and I think it could be integrated with marketing, and you could be very creative with it. So here is one of the tips I wanted to share with you, and I know it's a little hard to see. Have you ever heard of this this tool called Poster My Wall? This is I just found this, and this is really great. You can create amazing posters and flyers in minutes using thousands of templates, and they have easy tools. So they give you, and they have here. It's hard to see because this graphic was big for me to put on the screen, but they have all different kind of categories here for businesses. That you could choose, and you can do your graphics online, and then you could actually turn them into banners, into bulk flyers, postcards, poster prints, and you can even have them framed. So if you need anything for your business, if you're going to be doing something at a networking event and you have a table, you need a banner quickly, they're pretty inexpensive. You can create on the fly yourself a nice banner without spending a fortune, with a printing company. You can do postcards, you can do flyers, and you can even do social media downloads. They have a subscription as well. So this is a new tool I thought was pretty cool, especially for promoting your, if you have something where you want to make a nice poster, even you want to make a poster for your, you can use this. So I thought this was pretty interesting. And then we have our next tip, and this one's more for productivity. This one is called OneTab. Have you seen this, Michelle? Are you using this? This is for Google. Oh, this is a good one. It's for Google Chrome or Firefox browser. And one of the things, I have a bad habit until I found this with Google Chrome, is opening too many tabs up at once and then crashing my Google Chrome. And then I get really, really mad. Then I'm like cursing my computer, and I'm like, damn it, what's wrong with this computer? And then I'm like, no, I should be taking responsibility for opening up 15 tabs at the same time, because that's how we are online, right? Where we have ADD, we're just bopping from one thing to another. So this actually puts it all in one tab and saves 95% memory reduction. So it's going to unclog up your browsing, your experience with Chrome or with Firefox, and it's going to prevent all those crashes and speed up the whole opening and everything too. So really cool. I just installed it, works great, and it's free. So it's a really great, I would say definitely for you, Google Chrome user, you definitely should be installing this one, because it'll stop a lot of frustration for productivity that we have going on. And now we're going to go to, the Mastermind Roundtable, just me and Michelle here still, which I'm just still shocked that I don't know what happened to everybody. So I guess I'll send out an email. I don't know what happened, but we'll find out. So I'm going to just make our screen larger again so we can do this part of the meeting. And this is actually how it works too when we do these live in person, same exact format. We do, the tips and the social media tips and then we do the introductions, and then we do the Mastermind Roundtable. So let me go here, and I'm going to stop sharing. Great. And that's going to bring us back to here. And let me see if there's, okay, perfect. Okay. So let me see. Okay. So the topic is, what is your biggest problem you're having in your business right now? And then we're going to talk about what action step can you take this week to solve it. So what we'll do is I'm first going to ask Michelle this, and then I'm going to go look and see if anybody's watching out there and they want to type in their problem. We can answer that as well. So what would be the biggest problem, Michelle, you think you're having a challenge right now in your business?
Let's see. My biggest challenge is probably keeping my pipeline full and actually closing business, like converting that business from very, very interested to, okay, let's get you going. And it's not from lack of interest. It's not from people don't need it. It's just lack of time, and finding and getting people to make the time to give me 30 minutes of their time to get, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm too busy. That's probably my biggest struggle with business right now, with my business, is that I'm too busy, or I'll get back with you, or let me look at my schedule. And then next thing you know, you're just constantly having to follow up. So that's definitely where I'm struggling the most, is closing out that step.
Now, let me ask you a question. When you're, does it require a phone call to get a new client for send out cards? Is there any other ways, like you might have to get them on the phone or meet them in person in order to close them?
I try to, just because I don't know that if you started looking at it yourself, that it would make a lot of sense. And then if I try to at least get on the phone, because again, my business is about building relationships. So I
Right.
want to build that relationship with a new customer in the sense of I want to give them a few tips and tricks of, okay, you've got your send out cards account. This is what options I think fit you best. This is where I think you're best fit. I never want people to sign up for something that is not what they need. And I don't ever want people to pay for something that is not necessarily the best fit. So I do try to at least talk to people. And again, it's not from lack of, but on the other hand, if at least when people are on the phone with you, they actually do it. Like I sent a text out to somebody and said, here's how you do it. Go online, select this option. And she still hasn't done it. It's been 5 days. Oh, I've just been so busy. It's just
Right.
one of those things, like you don't think to do it on your own.
See, what I was going to suggest is, no, I think you're absolutely right. The phone call is really important, but in going directly to the phone call, what if you put a step before that where you get them excited and warm them up? Maybe by, communicating first by email and sending them a link to a short little exciting training video that you've created about how to use send out cards to get more referrals. Something really compelling that solves a problem of theirs. Say, you could record this. Do you have any screen sharing software? Do you know how that works?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you could use, like, I have a Screen-O-Matic, which is really it's so cheap. I think it's like $30 or whatever. I like it better than Camtasia. I used to use Camtasia, which was much more expensive and much more complicated. So you can use a screen share and, actually just go into your website at Send Out Cards and talk over it. And you can, or even be on camera. You can film yourself on camera talking about and showing a specific example, not too many examples, but one clever way, or three clever ways to use send out cards to close more sales or to get more referrals or whatever the outcome will be. And then you make this video about it. So then after you meet somebody and you want to set up that appointment for them, you want to get them on the phone, in that first introduction email saying, you know what, I'm really excited to share this with you. It's free. It's only 10 minutes long. Keep it short, 5-10 minutes. Right. Just watch this first. And then after you watch it, let's get on the phone. So at least now they're getting a little more excited to make the phone call and not putting it off, because now there's more of a, wow, I want to get new, whatever the problem is specifically to that client. If it's going to be where they're using this for, to get more referrals, to grow your business, to build business, how it can turn this much into that much, something very specific, and get them excited, because the little teaser type, tutorial will get them to want to say, oh, when can I speak with you? Another thing I use, I don't know if you're using a tool like, I use Assistant.2 in my Gmail, which I insert the times that people can set up a 15-minute call with me. And it works very well. It eliminates that whole back and forth where you're going like, well, can you talk at this time? And then, blah, blah, blah. So I give them 3 dates, and it connects in Gmail to my Gmail. And it's free. Okay. And it inserts. I pick 3 times and dates at a time, and it says and none of these work for you, they can click on that as well, and then we can do it from there. But that works so efficiently that people just click on a time and boom, we're booked.
Perfect. Yeah, that's a great idea. I like that idea a lot.
Yeah, I think that
it is. The going back and forth is really hard. Wait, no, let me look at my calendar. And then when you're on the phone, most people's calendar is on their phone and they don't know. So.
Oh, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I think that's it, because I think what it's got to be is, this is a great thing for them, but they have to be able to, it's got to have a sense of urgency to it, that this is something that, this is really going to solve a problem you're having. And that's the best kind of urgency, because you're having this problem, and here's something that's, and like you said, and telling them up front to eliminate some of those hidden fears that people have, to say, listen, there is no long-term obligation with this. This is a tool you can use once, or you can use every month. Just like you told me, because immediately we're very used to, and no offense to the MLM and stuff out there, because there's lots of them, but at monthly, you have to be on it, you have to spend this much a month, blah, 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 and then everybody's, so if you're different from that, definitely is something you need to point out immediately, and get that elephant out of the room, whatever, get that out of there. So this way now you're giving them some really great short content. You're giving them the easy, quick way to set up that appointment so it's not painful. It's quick and easy for both of you. And then boom, you're going to be, you're on the call and there you go. You're ready to go. And so once you get them on the call, how are your conversion rates at that point? Once you're having the call.
Yeah, I would say 80 to
getting them
that. Sometimes it maybe would take a second phone call, but once you're on the call, it's most of the time it's seconds to sign up. It really is 15 minutes. Hey, let's just get you going, and then the next step would be, let's do 30 minutes of training. Let's get your branding set up. Let's that type of thing. So the conversion once you have people on the phone is very high.
Great. So that is really good. So another thing I love, like I'm thinking of things you were telling me before about the white labeling of the business. I think that's great that you can put your own business only feature that should be out there. And what I think you should do is make a list of all these one-off features, right? Like the white labeling, the like every benefit, the greatest benefits of send out cards. And for each individual one, do a Facebook Live and start doing these regularly on Facebook, just talking about one at a time. Say, hey, Michelle here. And, you don't even have to say it first, like in the description, don't put send out cards. Just say a great business tool that you can white label and make that title, and then get on there live, and you're going to have the live video, and you're going to talk about how this great tool, you can brand your own business with it, white label it. This is like having your own little business within it's coming from you, from your company, and you're talking about it. Then after the Facebook Live, you could say at the end of every Facebook Live, anybody's interested in this for your own business, call me. Here's my number or my email to set up an appointment. This way you're getting a call to action. Put that in the Facebook Live. And then as soon as the Facebook Live is over with, you want to save that video to your computer, and then you want to upload it to YouTube. So now you have a YouTube channel with these other people, strangers all over the internet can find you. You're also you want to repurpose it. If you have a blog, you're going to want to post it on your blog. If you have LinkedIn account, you want to put it on LinkedIn Pulse. You can put it on medium.com, write an article about this with the video in there. You can add this too. You can transcribe, actually. There's a service I was telling the girls on Tuesday about called rev.com. It's $1 a minute, and it transcribes any videos or audio for you. So you can do all these little ones, and very inexpensively. It's 10 minutes, $10. They're going to transcribe it, and now you've got a written blog post. Now you've got, all this content to put out. You can repurpose all throughout. The same thing you've done once, you can put it in video. One of my favorite things, too, is you can actually strip the audio from the video and use that as a podcast. So you can go to a site like Podomatic, which Podomatic, you can actually even have a show on iTunes using Podomatic. It's like $10 a month. And you can have a business, you're not using send out cards, but calling yourself as a business strategist, tips and tools for your business to grow your business podcast. And it's just these Facebook Live quick 5-10 minute things, and you strip the audio and you upload it. And now you've got an instant podcast with more people who can see you. So now you've taken little pieces of great benefits and little ideas and little business ideas, and you're spreading them all around the internet. And now you're going to have people calling you, coming to you. I mean, ideally, I would say, and I don't want to overwhelm you, but, having and I always say this, and anybody who knows me, you want to have the funnel, like the website that you'd lead them to that captures the email set up. But eventually, that's the next step. You don't have to jump to do that right away. I know things get very overwhelming, but eventually you would want to, the whole sequence and a way of converting social media followers, connections, and fans into clients is to, provide great tips, great content, and then drive that traffic to a landing page with another free gift, something free that's of value, in exchange for their email address and their name. And now you can follow up with an email sequence. Like you've joined 100 million of these. You're on mine, you know. You get the automatic emails. You get the upsell. You know, you get all the pages that come up, and it can get really complicated. So anybody watching out there, you may think, oh my gosh, this is too much. But you don't need to even start with it. You can do just like Michelle. You can give out your phone number. You can give out your email address. It's just you need to get in front of people. And Facebook Live is free.
Yeah.
It is one of the most effective tools out there right now because Facebook is showing these videos. And another really cool thing, and this might be, again, a little more advanced, but I'll say it anyway, I get excited about this stuff, is with the video, the great thing is if you do your video from a fan page, do you have your own business page?
I do.
Okay. So you're going to want to broadcast these from your fan page, the business page. The reason being is when you go to create an ad, a Facebook ad eventually, you can actually target the people who watched your video into a custom audience. So you can go on Facebook and you could say, take all your videos, put them all in one, say, Facebook, I want you to get the people who watched these last 10 videos. I want you to get people who watch 50% or more of those 10 videos, and I want you to show them this ad. So now you've got interested people, a warm market who've already seen you and know who you are, and now they're the ones seeing in the news feed those ads popping up. So really cool. Yeah, exciting
Very cool.
tools that we that we have available to us now. Yeah, Facebook is just like, it's mind-boggling. It's just amazing. So video, that's another reason why Facebook Live is it's just one of the best ways that you can use right now, because I've been preaching this. I have a Facebook Live course, Superstars course on this, because it just really is. People out there, when you're doing this, Facebook now is really showing it more than they would normally show for other content. So video is the way to go, video in general. So I'm just going to see now, we're going to go to the next step. I'm going to ask you in a second. Let me just double check to make sure and see if anybody else is asking any questions in here. Let me just pop over here. And let me see if we've got any questions. We got a bunch of comments on here. Okay, we have Rochelle. Okay, Rochelle didn't know about the event, but she's going to be, Rochelle, yes, we're going to have another one. I'm going to do instantly invite friends to, okay. Rochelle, we're going to be doing another one on April 18th at noon. It's going to be the next date. And everybody is invited back who didn't come tonight for whatever reason. You're invited, of course, to come back because you missed your session tonight. Rochelle wrote, she's loved this, been very beneficial. Wonderful. I'm so glad, Rochelle. And Facebook Live is something she's also starting to do now. Okay, great. So Rochelle, if you have, she is working from home and learning what more is out there. So when Michelle and Rochelle, Michelle, let me just, I were double playing here.
Mine. Yeah, that was mine too.
What we want to do is we should definitely connect with Rochelle. So when we see her in the feed of this when you go to the page, you'll see this. I'm going to also share this in the group. So comment, and we'll reach out to Rochelle and we'll connect with her as well, because she's interested, and it's another person to connect with. Anybody who's watching the replay, even though we're not live, let's all connect. This way we can all get to know each other. So absolutely. I wanted to ask you, Rochelle, what action step out of what we talked about with the problem to solve can you commit to taking this week out of everything that we talked about?
Well, I'm definitely going to look into the assist to the Gmail add-on. I think that's a huge time saver for a lot of people. And I find that so less invasive when you can just say, here's this, and then they don't feel like they're back and forth chatting with you. They can get on it on their own time. So I really like that. I appreciate that a lot. And the Facebook Live videos are definitely something I wanted to start doing. I've been really trying to brand myself in that relationship marketing aspect of the business. And this is, send out cards is just my tool that I use, but really, I really want to start educating people on the relationship marketing. So the Facebook Live, feed there. And then, like you said, I liked that a lot. So I'm definitely going to commit to the assist too. And at least getting 1 or 2 live videos done before next, which is today, Friday. Yeah.
Great. And I'm going to ask you to post that in the Women Helping Women group, entrepreneurs group, and let us know that you've done that. This way we'll have, I want to do that with everybody. We have people from Tuesday's group who are going to be posting their accountability steps too. And yeah, just say, oh, I just, I did this, I completed it. It makes you feel good too, knowing you got that off.
I love it. Yeah.
Crossing things off the list is my favorite thing to do. Sometimes did you ever like do something and forget to write it on your to-do list and then say, shoot, I
write
didn't
it down,
write it and cross it off?
Right, just to cross it off.
Person has ever does that.
No, I've done that. Absolutely.
Okay.
Add it to the list and then cross it off. It makes it look so much more productive, right?
Isn't that silly? But I'm like, why am I compelled to do this? I'm like, but I did it. I have to. Now I got to cross it off. I guess this is like an entrepreneur thing we have, because we always have to be productive. Like, if we're not being productive, it's a problem. We're like, wait, I didn't do anything productive in the last 15 minutes, right?
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
That's part of working from home and having the computer always there. A lot of people are so jealous. They're like, you work from home, you have the life, you don't have to go. But most people work, they leave their office, they don't take it home with them. We literally live with our offices and sleep with our offices, and computers all over the house. Like, I have my computer in my office that's off of my bedroom, and then I also have another office, and then I have my a Chromebook, which I recently got for downstairs. Which is not probably, it's good, but it's not good because now I'm using the Chromebook, I'm on the computer, so I'm connected all over the house, wherever I go. And the smartphone on top of it. But I'll tell you, if anybody's looking for, if you want a really cheap computer to take with you that weighs like under 2 pounds, these Chromebooks are amazing. So I have my big laptop, it does everything, has all my software, but for traveling and for just like around the house, this little Chromebook, it was like $200 on Amazon. It's incredible.
Really?
And it just
does.
It's just Google Chrome.
Internet with it? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, it's just Google Chrome. Yeah, so you can just really get on the internet with it.
You can get on the internet, but what's great is this is the key with it. You can use all of the Google tools of Google Drive. So you could still save files. So if you want to do stuff saving files, you just save everything over to Google Drive. Google Drive has Slides, which is PowerPoint. It has the Docs, which is
Google Drive. Yeah.
And it also has the what is the other feature it has? The spreadsheets.
Sheets. Yeah, sheets. Yep.
So you've got so much, it's just like having your own, it's perfect if you're going to work. You don't need a lot of files. I mean, obviously I need my big computer for Photoshop and for all my other big giant, software and stuff too that I have on here. But it's just great for on the go.
I love Google Forms too. It's such a great way to capture information.
Google Forms. Yeah. Google people, that's one thing people overlook. If you're out there and you're not really exploring using the Google tools, Google has the Google Pictures thing now where you can save all your photos, Google Photos, for free. Mm-hmm. So you don't even have to worry about paying for the iCloud. You can just have everything saved to Google Photos and all your photos from your phone and everything, which is pretty cool. Google has a ton of great tools like the ones we talked about from Google Drive, and Gmail's great and stuff too, but a lot of great stuff to explore in Google with productivity and stuff as well. Mm-hmm. So this has been wonderful, Michelle. I'm sorry, I don't know what happened to the rest of our group, but I had fun with you. This was fantastic.
I did, yeah.
You're the star of the show. You got
I guess so.
times 10 more people's time. For your 60-second commercial turned into almost an hour, right? So it's good. See, it pays to show up.
It pays to show up.
It does. I don't know what happened to you ladies. I feel bad. Nobody emailed or anything, but that's okay. We'll forgive you. Now I'm going to be taking this video. I'm going to send all you ladies out there who missed this. I'm going to send this link to the video, and I'm going to be taking this video. I'm going to be putting it on social media. And please, once again, Michelle, can you give us your website, email address, and information? This way we can contact you.
Yep, my email is Michelle with 2 L's, Michelle at heartfeltappreciation.com. My website is www.heartfeltappreciation.com. And also my Facebook page is heartfeltappreciation.com. And my cell phone number is on my Facebook page and my email and everything. So connect with me on Facebook. Michelle Denio, Denio is my last name. So friend me on Facebook. I'd love to connect with everybody.
Well, actually, we did have one more guest here that was with us the whole time. This is Luigi.
Oh,
He's been sitting on my lap the whole time. Right? He's a very needy little dog. He's been, I can't believe I put him down. But he's
yeah.
been here the whole
Oh,
time as well. So everybody out there, Rochelle, thank you. Michelle, thank you. Everybody else who's watching this, if you have any questions, you can continue to comment. I'm going to be checking them as well if you have any questions or comments. And we'll be doing the next one. It's going to be April 18th at noon, the 12 o'clock one. And hopefully you can join us again, Michelle, as well. And I'll be sending out all the information and stuff too. And definitely connect with Michelle on Send Out Cards. Really great service. Amazing, where you can really get a lot of referrals and really increase your business by using it. So thank you so much again. Luigi says bye.
Bye, Luigi.
He's being camera shy. Take care. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.